Alycia, Hardcore Boxing News, how you doing?
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you consider this fight tougher than the last fight?
I would say so. I would agree that this was a tougher fight in the sense of, having Mekhaled, who was wanting the fight. You know when a fighter wants it, and she just kept coming and coming, and I love that. And again, like I mentioned, I had to dig deep to get this win, and she just, after knocking her down, she got right back up, and it was great though. I wouldn't want anybody else for this undisputed fight. So it showed me as a fighter what I need to work on. I'm always improving, and I want to improve, and I can't wait to get back in the gym.
Yeah, it looked like you had fun.
Yeah, and that's the number one thing. You got to have fun with this.
Alycia, tell this once again. Can you just speak on just feeling like being a night like this, big boxing night for women's boxing? How does it feel? And just let me know things that you've been learning from Tony, former champion yourself.
Yeah, the feeling to be here in New York has been great. You obviously seen that women can sell out a show. We put on great performances. To be back here in the States after being in the UK, which I love being in the UK. I love my UK fans. It's just great to just show America and the people who are able to come here, see me perform, and just feel the energy and the love. This is building the sport of women's boxing. Many women are doing their thing, and it's just nice to highlight different stories, and just mine included, and I'm just thankful. And again, having Tony here sitting in my corner as a fighter, as a former world champion, he knows what it takes to dig deep, and I just have a good ear to listen, and we get the job done.
What round did you start losing the shots?
I would say probably the fourth round. Fourth round, yep.
Ken, what did you think about the reception you got here in New York tonight? It seemed like the crowd loved you, and when Michaela was showing the screen, she got a lot of boos. What's your thoughts on that?
I think the States love me. New York loves me. It was awesome to fight here again. It was a great fight week. We had a great media week this week to just build this fight for two undisputed great fighters doing what they do and just making history. So, again, I would love to fight here again. It's been a pleasure.
Eddie just mentioned wanting to do a homecoming fight. What would that mean to you?
Man, a homecoming fight in Detroit would mean everything. Again, I was a club fighter back in the day selling tickets. I know I can put people in seats. I know I'm entertaining, and I know that I can sell out a great crowd, whatever arena that we choose in Detroit. And it just would put Detroit back on the map. Detroit has a history of boxing and just great champions coming out of that gym, out of that state. And again, as a woman, as someone who's pioneering through this journey in the sport of boxing, it means everything to really just make a statement in my hometown.
Alycia,
Going into the fourth round, did you have to adjust the game plan? I've been giving so much in the third round to try to get stop.
Yeah, definitely. The third round, we knocked her down twice, and when you smell blood and you're hungry and you're like, oh, I gotta get that. You can go after it a little too fast, but again, that's why we use the jab to get back to what we needed to do, and the jab is so important. So good strong legs, a good jab will get you back on track, and we continue to show that we're a champion fighter.
did you think you were going to finish her in the third?
Can't hear you.
Did you think you were going to finish her in the third?
I did, but then again, I'm like, okay, she's going to keep coming forward. We're just going to, again, do what we do best. Use our jab, box, and let the openings come when they come.
Alycia, I spoke to you earlier this week. There was a time before the Terry Harper fight that you were pestering the man next to you on DM, trying to get a fight. You now sit next to him as the undisputed champion of the world. Just how good does it feel?
Man, listen, I'm so thankful for Eddie Hearn for just giving me a opportunity. And with the opportunity, I took it by the balls and I said, let's do it. And I just continued to push myself. I believed in myself. He believed in me. The team believed in me. And again, I'm just thankful. And here we are today. If you believe in yourself and you can do it, it shows. And dreams do come true. So
just to say as well that the way that she did it, she went to the UK as an underdog in Terry Harper's backyard to win the world title. Then she defended it. Then she took a unified shot on another promoter's show as the away fighter to unify the division and then become undisputed tonight. Great achievement.
Eddie, you're the from the promotional side, you're the biggest supporter of women's boxing. What inspires you to do that?
Do you know what? It really comes down to the business. I mean, look, I think it's great to see females get opportunity in sport. You know, I have 2 daughters myself. One of them boxes, one of them plays football, and it's amazing to see now the opportunities that are being presented. But it has to work, right? If they weren't entertaining, if we didn't sell out this place tonight, you know, we couldn't carry on doing what we were doing. So they're producing and they're entertaining. And what they're doing is they're motivating us because they're willing to fight champion after champion, undisputed after undisputed. And like, it's a joy as a promoter. You can go through every division and you know that you can make a unification against every single champion in a division. And you can make an undisputed champion in 12 months. And in men's boxing, it's so frustrating. You can't even make a unification, right? So I believe, and every fan believes, that you should have one champion in every division in boxing. And if you look now, you've got undisputed at 126, undisputed at 130, undisputed at 135, undisputed at 140. McCaskill lost a belt, but really undisputed at 147. Could be at 54. Clarissa at 60. Franchon Cruz-Dezern at 68. And you can say who is the best, and this is now the #1 super featherweight in the world. No questions about it. And that's what we've never really had in boxing. Too many belts, too much fragmentation, too much politics. And in women's boxing, that's not there anymore.
Do you believe the way women's boxing is going, that give it 10, 20 years, it probably will be one of the most popular sports for young girls?
Yeah, I think, you know, when a girl walks through the gym, it's not just to become a champion. And that's the same as any boy walking through the gym. It's about getting fit, it's about being strong mentally, it's about discipline, manners, respect, all the things that boxing gives you. But I'll say one thing. I've done 5 shows at this venue. One was Danny Jacobs, one was Devin Haney, one was Demetrius Andrade, one was Teofimo Lopez against Kambosos, and the other one was this. And apart from Teofimo against Kambosos, this was the best-selling event of all of those other names. Right? So, and again, that's what gives it longevity. You can tick boxes and say, oh, let's do a female fight because it's good, it's a good look for us. No, we're not doing it because of that. We're doing it because it's good business. And that's what will give it longevity. And the female fighters now are seeing those purses going up, and they're still not where they need to be. But there's no excuse now why they shouldn't be, because of the revenue being driven and the viewership of the events.
Is there a risk that it's going to get to a point where politics will take away and make it harder?
Probably, and now all the other promoters will come in, and agents, and try and steal and rob fighters and do what they do. But I think we're the era that you're seeing now are safe to go on, and Alicia's changed her life in 12 months, but it's just the beginning. She's only young. She's just really coming into her prime now.
Are you open to doing the Elem rematch next?
Listen, I reached out to Top Rank and I said, what do you think about the Michaela Meyer rematch? This is after the first fight. And I said, make us an offer. And it better be a massive offer with plenty of zeros on it. And it never came.
Zeros didn't come.
Lots of zeros, and it never came. So they can't want it that bad, because if they, and we would entertain a rematch. It'd be a lot of money, but it's a massive fight in America. Huh?
In Detroit?
Detroit, perfect. But, wherever, in the Garden, Vegas, but the offer's got to be right. She went and boxed on their show as the away fighter and won. And they paid her well. But now it's got to be a lot more.
How many zeros are we talking this year?
A whole bunch.
The ones that never end.
Undisputed zeros.
Baumgardner versus Taylor fight will be all the big.
Yeah, big fight. The undisputed super featherweight champion against undisputed lightweight champion. Listen, I love Alycia against Amanda Serrano. That's an unbelievable fight as well.
I mean, we're still going to win.
We've got the, MVP, but we work with them. You've got the 4 undisputed champions from 126 to 140, and they can all fight each other.
So Taylor...
Cameron, Taylor, Serrano, Baumgardner. They can all fight each other. See what happens on May 20th? But Alycia will be looking to fight around the same time as well. But the winner, the loser of that, if Serrano loses that fight, she's still undisputed featherweight world champion. you know. And Alycia likes to eat, but she can make 126, but she'll probably defend her 130, you know.
So we're thinking to see maybe a super fight, maybe in the spring.
Yeah, there's going to be, you know, she's going to fight at least twice this year. So, you know, 3 times minimum this year, and there'll be big fights.
Why is Tony Harrison and Alycia Baumgardner such a weaker combination? Why are Tony Harrison and Alycia Baumgardner such a weaker combination?
You know, you have to just respect when you have 2 fighters. You know, we have a mentality when you're a fighter in the ring. You know, Tony sees one thing from his fighter's eye, from a trainer's eye, and again, it just works. And when it works in the corner, that's all that matters. And when it flows, it goes, and here we are.
How long did it take you to really develop your ring confidence? Like when you saw the fights, you have very educated feet, you have excellent ring generalship. How long did it take you to really have the mindset?
You know, I've been boxing since the age of 8, and I've been with, you know, great trainers. I've been able to take a lot from each trainer and just build myself as a fighter. I'm a natural-born athlete. I love learning and growing, and you'll see just an improved fighter every time I step in the ring. So, again, like Eddie said, I'm really stepping into my prime. I'll be 29 this year, and you know, you'll just see more and more.
Do you think Tony Harrison is possibly maybe the most slick fighter at 154 pounds? Do you feel that Tony Harrison is probably the most?
Listen, he has his fight March 12th. We're going to see.
Eddie mentioned kind of fights, you know, you've got 4 disputed champions there, Chantel Cameron being the biggest at 140. Would you jump up to 140 for that fight?
Absolutely.
Is it fair to say that this is the golden era of women boxing?
Absolutely. Y'all got to capitalize on this moment. This is a movement, like I've been preaching for just women's sports, and boxing has just elevated that in the sport of boxing. So it's great.
Alycia, and just guys certainly in assessment performance tonight.
Yeah, I would say I gave myself an 8 out of 10 today. You know, I have to go back and watch it. I know the things I have to work on, and again, I'm always trying to improve. So 8 out of 10. Definitely need to know what I got. I know what I got to do next time, but that's the sport of boxing. This is what I love, and I love learning.
I thought she was great, and I thought there was a lot of pressure because she was just expected to win tonight, and that was what I was worried about in camp. Was like she just, you know, Brian would say, "Oh, she's a bit confident, you know, she thinks she's just going to walk through this girl," and when you're thinking about other things, sometimes they're the most dangerous fights. Last question, guys, if there's one more.
Alycia, you said that you go up to 140. Eddie said you go down to 126. What do you feel like your true range is in terms of weight? Because like Katie generally says at 135. Amanda said she would like to stay at 126 from there on out. Where's your range?
Honestly, I like 130 to 140. You know, I'm comfortable. I can make those weights very easy, and I don't have to drain myself. So you have a strong fighter at all 3 weights.
Thanks, everyone. The Undisputed Super Featherweight champion of the world.